So I finally did it. I finally played 99 Nights in the Forest. But I was not prepared for this game. Like, even going into it, I knew basically nothing. I knew that they had a deer. I also knew that you had to survive 99 nights in the forest. You know, because it's in the name. But I wasn't expecting things like cultist and definitely not an owl, which that was definitely a surprise when it turned up. In fact, I think the owl might be the scariest moment I've had during this game. And here's the thing, after playing it for a bit, I understand why it's so popular. It's a lot of fun to play. Regardless, I started up the game and it seemed pretty easy to pick up. Like, you had your sack, you also had your axe, and you had to chop down trees, feed the fire, and basically don't let the fire go out. Also, don't starve, so you gotta hunt for food. You also have to rescue the kids, which involves exploring, and another thing you have to be doing is constantly leveling up the stuff you have. Otherwise, you're definitely not gonna survive. So I do like the fact that you have to manage all these things, so you're constantly doing something with the game. Like, even during the nights, I was constantly busy chopping down trees, this and that. But speaking of the first night, that's of course when the deer showed up. And so because it was night one, I'm like, I don't think he's gonna kill me. Let me go up to the deer. Let me say hi. Now, something weird happened because the deer turned to run, which makes sense. That's not the weird part. No, the weird part is he kind of glitched out and got stuck in a log. Like, he was trying to get away, but he was stuck, and I thought, like, okay, maybe I can kill him here. I tried, but obviously nothing happened because it was basically a glitch. I'm not even sure, like, could you kill the deer on the first night? I don't even know if you can kill the deer in general, to be honest. But as I said, every night I was constantly doing something, but regardless, quickly I realized, like, okay, I needed to find better weapons. Now, thankfully, when day 2 came, a pelt trader showed up, but regardless, I saw he needed a rabbit foot, so I quickly got him a rabbit foot. That went well. Now, I was torn between picking a good axe and a good sack. I eventually went with the good axe, mostly because I was like, I don't want to die and I'm worried about being brutally murdered. So I at least need some way to defend myself a little bit better in the short term. That might have been a mistake, but I don't know. Now, I saw the next thing he was asking for was a wolf pelt, and here's the thing. I would spend the next couple of days killing wolves, and I swear I killed like 5 or 6 wolves without finding one pelt. And the thing is, on night 2, you were warned that there were some cultists deep in the forest. And I remember this was the first time I heard anything about some cultists, and I was freaked out. Regardless, over the next couple of days, I kept looking for stuff and finding basically only the same stuff, which was coal, maybe some bolts. I kept getting food. Now, eventually I did make a crafting table, which I'm going to be honest, in hindsight, I definitely should have been crafting a lot more, but this was the first time playing, so that was something I learned the hard way. But yeah, quickly night 4 came around and all of a sudden I got word that there were some evil people coming after me, and I'm like, that is not good. Okay, that is not good. I'm not sure if I'm cut out for this game, because all I had to defend myself was a good axe. And I'm not saying it's like a great axe. No, it's actually called a good axe. Now, thankfully, only 2 cultists showed up on night 4. So I knew what my strategy would be. The moment I saw one of them, especially if they were separated, I would make sure I killed one at a time. And here's the thing, they showed up separately, so I rushed at the first one, just killed him, and just when I finished killing him, the second one attacked me. And it was a close fought battle, but I eventually killed the second one, but I was so close to dying. Again, I knew it was a matter of time before I would die. Like, I wanted to get to at least 1/10 of the way done, which if the goal was to survive 99 days, I wanted to get to at least 9 or 10 days, on the first try that is. Like, again, I didn't have high hopes, but that was my goal. And so once again, the next day I set out looking for some interesting weapons, maybe a good sack or something like that. But once again, I found barely anything. Like, I got tremendously unlucky. And so when night 5 hit, this is when I got word of an owl, which I was like, wait, there's an owl in this game? Now, to be honest, I definitely underestimated the threat level of the owl. I didn't think of it like the deer. I just thought, oh, it's an owl. It's not a big deal. I was wrong, okay? I was dead wrong, which I'll talk about that in a moment. Because the very next day I set out once again. I even went to the snowy region because I'm like, I can't find anything. And all I really found was a bunch of Arctic foxes that attacked me. Now, eventually I killed them, but that was another close call. However, that took a lot of time, so all of a sudden I was out and about, far away from the fire, and all of a sudden it turned into night, so I was like, I better get back as fast as possible. Now, anytime I've been out at night, nothing has happened, so I was like, okay, maybe they're saving it for way down the line. No, I was wrong, because immediately I run right by the owl, which I barely got a look at it. I kind of saw it from the side, and I was like, I'm not even turning around, I am running. Then I hear a horrible screeching sound, and obviously I know what that means. It is trying to kill me. What is that? That's an owl. Shut the flip up. shut the flip up. And I just keep running. At this point, this is by far the scariest moment I've had in the game so far. Like, the rest of the game is mostly fine. That moment freaked me out. But actually, the scariest part was only after I got back to the fire safely. So I was like, okay, that's good. I turn around and I see this owl approaching. This freaked me out. Not because I thought the owl was going to kill me. No, I knew I was safe by the campsite. No, the scariest part was I finally got a good look at its face. And I swear, this thing was horrifying, especially those demonic eyes. Like, look at this thing. Like, I don't know about you, but the owl scared me way more than the deer did. And I ran into the deer in a moment. But the next couple of days, I kept doing the same thing. I killed some more wolves. Finally, on day 8, I was able to get a wolf pelt, which I traded in for a good sack. But again, I didn't improve any of my weapons, and on night 8, I got word, oh yeah, you're about to be attacked by an even stronger force of cultists. Wish you would have told me that a little sooner. And I'm a little surprised by what actually happened. Because they showed up, and once again I went to attack the first one I saw. Then I saw that there was another one shooting crossbows at me, and I'm like, that's new. I am definitely in trouble. I just took off running. Now eventually I was able to heal a little bit, regroup. Only a couple of cultists followed me and I killed both of them. But again, there were still 2 cultists by my fire, so I wanted to heal up during the day and then eventually go back and attack. Small problem, it took me way too long to heal, and then night came way before I thought it would, so I immediately ran to the closest shelter, this building. And when I say I just narrowly got there, I mean it. Like, it was dark, I saw the door, and I was just running through the door when the deer jumped onto the roof. I also got word that my fire went out and I wasn't safe, and I was like, yes, I am well aware I am not safe. And the thing is, the deer couldn't get to me, but I still had to listen to its horrible shrieking sound all night. I actually got to a point where I was about to starve to death, so I had to eat some of the raw meat, which was a mistake, because the little bit that I had healed, all of a sudden I went back to almost no health. So then even the next day, I still wasn't quite healing, and I'm like, okay, what's going on? Why can't I heal? And so I had to run back into the same building for the second night. And once again, the deer was making horrible shrieking sounds all night. Please don't come in here. You don't have to do this, okay? I'm a good person. So when day 11 came, despite barely healing, I decided, you know what? I'm done running. I'm gonna go back and try and fight those cultists. If I die, I'm gonna go down with honor, I'm gonna go down swinging. And so I went back to the campsite and I confronted the first cultist that came out at me. And something truly shocking happened. Who am I kidding? It wasn't even shocking. He killed me easily. Like, it wasn't even close. But regardless, I survived 11 days, so I guess I beat my initial goal. All things considered, I thought that that was a good start. I honestly loved this game. But anyway, if you enjoyed the video, please take a moment to like and subscribe. Really does help. And it also lets me know that people want to see more of these videos. And of course, thank you for watching.